today I wanted to share that I will be doing some quilt basting. So this quilt, I'm wanting to baste it, quilt it, finish it for a gift. So I was looking through all my quilt tops and I was thinking, what can I work on? What maybe needs to be done soon? And this one doesn't need to be done super soon, but this will be a gift. So I decided I wanted to go ahead and work on this, quilt it up, baste it, and then quilt it up. So this is a 3-yard quilt from Fabric Cafe, and I decided to go with this for the backing. I like to do kind of, I guess I want to say like bolder fabrics on the back. I kind of just like a fun pop. So they don't like necessarily go together. Like, you know, this isn't navy like this or the yellowy color, but I thought it was really, really cute and fun. So my plan is to baste this, use this as the backing, and then I think I need to decide on a binding. I'm not sure. So I don't have a binding ready for this quilt yet, but I wanted to take you guys along on the process of me finishing this quilt up. So here we go. I have this quilt top and the backing that I'm going to be basting with this batting. And so I decided for this one, I want to do some table basting. So I just have the batting laying on my table. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out the backing fabric first. I will smooth it all out on top of the batting, and then I'll flip over the batting and lay the top on there. So once that's done, once the top's on there and it's all smoothed out, then I will pin it and I will show you what it looks like when I'm done. I finished basting this quilt earlier today and here it is. So I just pin basted it, I basted it on the table, and now I'm going to do some free motion quilting. I just cleaned my machine and now I need to wind some bobbins. So I'm going to wind some bobbins before I start quilting so that I don't have to stop for bobbins. So I do have one bobbin, but I like to wind about 4 or 5 before I start a quilt project. So I have everything set up for free motion quilting. I decided I'm going to do an all over meander. So nothing too tight, just kind of a loose design. I have my little pin dish here. I put all my pins in here. It's just a little Tupperware dish that I have. Typically one of these dishes will baste one quilt, but you can see I do have some extras here because this is a small quilt. And then I have my scissors ready and I do have some bobbins wound. So I am set up and ready to go. And so what I like to do is I like to start off on my project in the batting and then make my way onto my project. So I will start over here and then slowly move my project towards me. And I have had people ask before, but this is my sewing machine light. It's looking kind of fluorescent on camera, but it's not fluorescent in person. It might be a tiny bit fluorescent, but I don't really get the fluorescent vibe. That's just a normal light kind of to me. But anyway, okay, so I just hold my top thread, I needle down, needle up, pull that thread so I have both of my threads right there. And then I typically, I'll kind of trim those just a little bit, but I'll hold those and I'll stitch a couple times and then I will start quilting. And I usually will start without my gloves when I first do a couple stitches, and then I'll put my gloves on. So maybe right about now I'll think, okay, I'm gonna put my gloves on. Let me see if I can zoom in some more for you guys. You can see the quilting. I might end up hitting the camera. Let's see how I can do this. And sometimes I do come off into the batting just to kind of give myself a stopping point, some breathing room. I look at the back, I look at the stitches. I like how it looks, so I'm just gonna keep quilting. So it is the next day and I have my 3-yard quilt all quilted up and trimmed, and here's the backing. And the only thing that's left to do now is the binding. I really like how this pattern shows off this navy fabric. So that's why I chose this pattern, because I just felt like I didn't have to cut up the navy fabric into a lot of pieces. I just think this print is so, so pretty. And on this one, I just did an all over meander on my Juki machine with my free motion foot. So next up is binding. So I have a finish to share with you. I finished this 3-yard quilt by Fabric Cafe. I just did an all over meander on it for the quilting design, you can see there. And it's been folded, so it's kind of a little crinkled there. But this is the back of the quilt. And I did piece a section of it, you can see there. So let me see if I can show you the back here better. But I just chose this polka dot fabric that I had in my stash. And I have a finish. So I'm not sure when I'll be gifting this quilt, but I am super happy to have it done and the binding sewed on. The last thing I do need to add is a label before I gift it, but I just wanted to share that it is done. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.